Thank you so much, man of God, for coming. I'm very happy to meet you. I'm super excited. We've had we've had to wait for this opportunity so much, and I'm one of the most excited people in this hall. I have a couple of questions to ask you, as I think myself as a journalist here in Bahrain, where I educate especially Africans about what is happening in Bahrain. So your coming has pile of questions, but the first question I want to ask you is: can you tell the audience who is here with you?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Orock coming all the way from the United Kingdom. So it's a pleasure to be with about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, I am super happy to meet our prophet here. He's done a lot for Africans, especially in the diaspora. So my first question to you, sir, is what inspired you to start ministering to Africans, especially in the diaspora?
Thank you very much. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to serve. Being the host of the Voice of Cameroon community, I would say it's more like an assignment given to me by God to be a blessing to my people. I prioritize my people in as much as I have this concern in reaching out to leaders in other nations. My primary focus is to see how I can be a blessing according to God's instruction, be a blessing to my people. This journey did not start today. It's a journey that is age long, right? When I was still very much young, my mom would tell me, Henry, you have to care about yourself, you give a lot out. And even they know that it was more of God's calling for me. So growing older, I understood that it was not just some desire to do good, it was more of like a calling that I had to be a blessing to my people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this answer. The second question which I'll ask you is, how do you discover your calling to support and pray for Africans, especially in abroad?
Before my birth, my mom told me a story that changed my perspective about my own very existence. She said when she was pregnant, she had a prophecy, and the prophecy was she was going to give birth to a son who was going to be a prophet, a great prophet. And being her first child, she did not know much about what prophet and calling of prophets, the life of prophets. But one thing she kept in mind, being married to my dad, who is a reverend pastor, that anyone who is born a prophet has a unique assignment. So growing up while young, I've always been reminded that there is a calling. This is what I'm supposed to follow. So I grew up in the knowledge of being called by God. And from that time to now, it has been from my testimony.
Thank you so much, man of God. I have another question for you, which is, what challenges do Africans in the diaspora face that you feel is most thing you have to address?
One of the biggest challenges of the diaspora, particularly our people, face is the problem of lack of expression. Lack of expression. Also lack of expression because some of our people back home don't understand the reality of the life these people live abroad. And they find it difficult to express themselves. And even those who try to express themselves are not believed. Because there's this tendency that when you are abroad, you are both, which is not true. Life in the diaspora is something else. Life in the diaspora, if you are not there, you will not understand. Even if someone preaches this to you, you will still need to get an experience before you understand these words. So, living abroad, being out of Cameroon for this number of years, I've seen life in another direction, and God treasured this body in our spirit and says, you need to do something. So that's what I've been doing for the past years. Not just paying attention to a change of location, but paying attention to the realities of life. Most people in the diaspora are going through worse issues than even those back home.
Because people might think those who are out, they are fine compared to those who are back home. So people back home are actually even living a better life than those who are out here. Okay, can you share any testimony of someone whose life changed through your ministry?
I have many testimonies, but one of the testimonies that changed my life, I would say, is a privilege. Dwelling on the things happening in the community. There's this young man back in Istanbul who was privileged some months back to follow the live session I had on TikTok. he has been, committed, joining. But this great figure was in Germany at the time. He joined, and the Spirit of God said I should pay attention to him. I should give him $1,000. So I said, okay, I'm going to give him $1,000. And I asked him what the issue was. And he said, he has a surgery that needed $10,000. I'm going to start with 1,000, and I'll need people to come up so to raise $10,000 into the glory of God. The money went above $10,000. We're able to raise 11.5.
Wow.
The following day, it went up to 13 million.
13! My God, this is massive. I think this really changed his life. My God, this is one of the biggest I've heard so far. So raise up that amount of money. How do you build your trust with people who feel that you are far away? Like, for example, how do you build your trust with people who are in Bahrain, in UAE? How do you build your trust with these people?
Trust is a difficult thing to establish, but when you finally establish it, you can do a lot. In the book of Matthew, we find Jesus who instructed Peter to follow him. Peter didn't know much about Jesus, but there was one thing that Peter experienced. What did he experience? Peter had never done like wanting to show and getting the attention of Jesus. Jesus instructed him to cast his net into the sea. He said he has labored all night wanting to show, but at that level just cast the net into the sea. And after that, he had a large catch. The catch was beyond usual, and was so excited. And from there, he understood that if this man who has so much result can instruct me to follow him, I'm going to follow him. So I say it this way: people trust when they see results of accountability, results of faithfulness, results of accountability. When you prove yourself accountable, when you prove yourself trustworthy by your results, people have no choice but to believe you.
Wow. So I think from what Prophet has said, he's able to get his trust from people from what they have seen. People have seen and said, I have to trust him. He has done many good things for people, especially in the diaspora. Prophet, I'll move to that question, which is, how can Africans in the diaspora support each other? How do you can advise Africans in the diaspora to support each other?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing for us to come together and support one another. One of the biggest limitations some of us in the diaspora have, as Lene said, is lack of trust. Life in the diaspora is more like survival of the fittest. It's so challenging. Having lived in Dubai for the past years, you realize that love sometimes looks like what you can do for me, but in reality, the beauty of love is based on who we are. But in certain locations can make you develop a character you never believed you would ever have. And the best way for us to overcome the challenges we face in the diaspora is when we come together to say life, it's all about helping one another. In the book of Genesis, we find God creating Adam, and he said it's not good for Adam to be alone. He was going to create a helpmate suitable for him. So if God could see the need for a man he created to find pleasure in being assisted, it is to teach us one thing, that in as much as we are concerned about personal development, self-development, we need to practice in the advantages we can get by association, the advantages we can get by submission. One will chase 1,000, and two will chase 10,000.
Thank you, man of God. Before we round up to this session of our questions, I want to ask one more question, which is, what are your hopes for the future of our ministry, especially in the diaspora?
I have great hopes as the host of the Voice of Cameroon community. I'm a man on mission. I'm a man on assignment. I have the weight of what people are going through. I've experienced it. And I'm not going to project myself as an individual. I'm going to project myself as a host of a community that is interested in bringing hope to humanity, not just to our people, but to believers around the world. The community is a proof that we can be stronger together. So this is where I stand. You are because I am, and I am because you are. this is a summary of it. Together we stand.
Thank you so much, man of God. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of this session. I wish you enjoy your stay here in Bahrain. I wish I know people are going to be blessed from your words, from your work. I know a lot of people are going to be blessed. And tomorrow will be massive. I'm expecting everybody to come with their numbers. Thank you so much, man of God. Thank you.
I have some few questions to ask.
Yes, sure.
What do you have to say about life in Bahrain?
Life in Bahrain, for me, is not that difficult. Okay. Because before I came to Bahrain, I had an open mind. I was like, I'm coming to make it here. Come where it comes to, I'm coming to make it here. So when I came, I took like the cheapest job ever, just because I needed something first. And life in Bahrain has been a blessing to me, man of God. In Bahrain, this is where I started my content and everything. And it has brought me to this level of sitting here with you. So life in Bahrain for me, it's just a blessing. It's just a blessing to me. Yeah, and I use that also to help people who, for example, if we are recruiting my company, I'll tell my friend, I'll tell any African, I even post sometimes, be like, if you know anybody who needs a job, please, it's my own way of helping. I might not give you that cash, but I will bring you in, that will support you. So it can be the blessing to me.
Yes, this is a good testimony. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Adam.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And to everyone watching, we are happy to be in Bahrain. I did not come alone. I came with Pastor Ray, I came with Madam Chani, and I have a good number of people who will be joining us later. We have people from Dubai, we have Madam Debbie, Madam Lee, we have Pastor Edwin, Senior Pastor from the church in the United Arab Emirates is going to be with us. We have the leadership of the United Arab Emirates Diaspora, so a company of more than 8 persons. So it's going to be amazing having these people with the man of God. We have come to be a blessing to the people of Bahrain. So tomorrow, save the date, 6 p.m. It's not only for those who are in the group. If you have friends and loved ones who wish to be part of this, you can share this information to them and tell them the man of God you've been following online is presently in Bahrain. And I want to say sorry to the people who expected to see me on the first day, first edition. I know I've made many promises, but this second edition prophecy fulfilled.
Yes.
I'm now in Bahrain. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. See you guys. Bye.